Here's my rape van. Unfortunately, just got murked. Not quite, but yeah. Look at that. 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 Look at that.
Let's try.
Look at that. That's supposed to have a little piece of garbage over there, like that. There's a dent right there. But you know, YOLO.
Yep, that is right, people. After only 4 days of me having my license, I already got my first car accident, which is crazy, and I never would have expected that unless it was my own fault. But it was not my own fault, fortunately. But I'm going to start the story from the start. Mikey and I were basically just like, bro, let's go on a trail, and let's go longboard and get some viral videos and stuff. So we're like, alright. So then we drove down. We're going to this forest preserve area where there's a trail, so we could longboard down and stuff. It'll be fun. But then, so it's like on a somewhat busy road. It's two-lane road. I mean, not two lane. It's just one lane in each direction. So there's a side road which takes you to the forest preserve. So I'm turning left there, and there's somebody behind me, but I didn't know that. I don't need to know that. Well, I should, but I mean, I'd assume that they'd keep on waiting behind me. But I had my left turn signal on, and the road was completely clear in front of me to the left. Or on the oncoming lane, and it was completely clear. So I was like, oh, okay, this is good, this is good. So I start to turn to the left, and boom. The person behind me was trying to pass me on the left as I was turning left with my left turn signal on. And luckily, I did not get farther into my turn, otherwise that would have been really screwed up. We could have gotten seriously hurt from that. But luckily, we just started the turn, and then we hit them. So the mirror got shattered, but the like structure of the mirror is still fine. It just like got pushed forward, but then I can just pull it back. The mirror's fine except for the mirror. The actual physical mirror is shattered and it's all over the ground. And then the tire's kind of screwed up. Not the tire, the rim of the tire is kind of screwed up. It's just scraped, but I don't see why that needs to be fixed. Well, I mean, you guys saw it in the video, so that I showed you before, so I mean, you already know the damage of it. There's a pretty big dent in it too. So yeah, that's basically what happened in the crash. But like, I've never been in a crash, of course, and I'm like freaking out because I really don't know what to do in this situation. I don't know how to like exchange insurance information. I knew where my insurance information was and stuff, and so what we first did was we went into the right lane. We stopped, and when she came out, she was like, it was an old grandma. So I mean, it was a lot better than it could have been. It could have been like a really pissed off, raging hick or something, and I would have been really pissed off at that point. But I mean, it was pretty chill. So I mean, it was alright. It was probably one of the best circumstances that it could be, I guess, because it wasn't somebody pissed off at me. So, I mean, but it wasn't my fault, so. Anyways, it kind of started a little slow, so, and I was like, well, she didn't want me to, like, she was like, well, do we really need to get the cops involved? I'm like, I don't know, I'll see. So I called my sister, I told her to come down, just because I wanted help, I guess, with the information and stuff. And then she came down after like 30 minutes, but before that I called my mom, and she's like, well, I want you to call the police first. I'm like, oh, well, okay, that makes sense. I mean, it makes so much more sense to call the police. I mean, it just makes it so much easier, actually. And, I mean, for this type of accident, it needs to be called anyways. I mean, it wasn't just like a minor, like, bump. She was probably going at least 40, 50 miles an hour. And that could have been terrible. But, yeah, so it was kind of sketchy, and it could have been a lot worse. But in the end, it all worked out, I guess. And the van hasn't been fixed yet. We are going to bring in this. My dad doesn't know yet because he's flying right now. I think he's in Frankfurt. So yeah. So my dad might be a little bit pissed off. He'll probably find a way to make it seem like it was my fault, and he'll probably be really pissed off at me for no reason. But you know what? That's life, you know. Whatever. YOLO. But yeah, he'll probably find a way to get pissed off at me and make it seem like my fault. You should have been looking back and making sure nobody's getting past you on the left before you turn left. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that, sire. But anyways, you don't have to do that. But I mean, for lane changes, of course you have to do that. But I mean, not for just turning left when you have your left turn signal on. I'm 99.999% sure that I had my left turn signal on. And if anything, I just didn't push it down far enough and it just snagged back up. But I'm positive that my turn signal was on. Yeah, so that was a really sketchy experience. And it was really sketchy considering the fact that I just had my license for 4 freaking days. And it really kind of pissed me off. I was kind of just like pissed and like amazed that that happened. I really wasn't scared about the crash itself. I was just kind of like really nervous about the entire situation with the cops. I mean, not because I'm afraid. I'm just like, I just want to get it done all right, and I'm just nervous that I won't because I know that that's something that my dad would totally get pissed off at me for. So I was just really focusing on what I was going to do with the situation at hand, like with talking to other people, getting insurance information, all that garbage, and getting the car fixed and everything. So I think I handled it pretty well, especially that my sister came down. That was helpful. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my car crash. I hope that I don't have another one in a long time, and I hope that if I do, it will not be my fault. And that was kind of a sketchy incident. Could have been a lot worse, so let's be happy. Otherwise, Joe and Philone would not be uploading videos because I'd be dead. Not really, maybe. It depends, you know, because it would have been like freaking 90-degree angle, boom, right on the driver's door, and I'd probably be dead. But YOLO. YOLO, bros. YOLO. That's the moral of the story. YOLO. Yeah, so that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So, bye.